Hey crafty people, this is Ellen with EGI Designs. Today I'm going to be making a birthday card, and I have this new kit from Altenew, and it is called Chocolate Flowers. So in this kit you have this awesome embossing folder, and this one is called Chocolate Flowers, and it makes it look like you have like chocolate bar squares. So that's pretty awesome. And then you have a die to make these flowers, and this is a zero waste chocolate flowers die. And then you can either cut these out and then ink blend after, or you can use the stencil set, and so you would stencil and then you can use the die to cut that out. And then it also has this really cool stamp set, and you've got two kind of chocolate bar shape stamps, so you could put marks on the outside of your chocolate bar if you didn't want to emboss. And then you also have this kind of dotty one, which could be like, you know, like Rice Krispies in your chocolate, or sprinkles, or cool things like that. And then there's a lot of sentiments on the bottom that are really cool, because they have the reverse ones. So it's sending hugs. I admire you, so very thankful. You are a blessing in my life. I love your generosity, love your kind heart, and I appreciate you so much. So these are a lot of good little tags that you can add to the card. So what I'm planning today is I'm going to be making a chocolate bar. I'm going to use half of this, and then I'm going to be making the flowers and do a little bit of a flower arrangement on the front, and it's going to be a slimline card. So let me get everything together and I'll be right back. Okay, the first thing I'm going to be doing is doing a little bit of ink blending onto this before I go through the embossing folder. So I have my Gina K brushes here, and I'm just rubbing them off onto a paper towel, which is an easy way to clean them. I'm not sure what I was working on last, so it's better to get them clean. So this is a piece of Concord and 9th Cranberry paper, and I'm going to use the Simon Says Stamp Cabernet, and then I'm also going to use the Altenew Pure Graphite. So I'll give this a shot. I want to kind of do a darker at the edges and then lighter in the middle. So we'll see how this goes. Oh, that's a great color with that. Okay, so we have that. I'm just going to clean up my mat really quickly. I am working on a glass mat today, and this one is from Glassboard Studios, which I love, love, love. And everything comes off of it, and it is actually magnetic, which is also very awesome. Look at that. Oh, clean. Just drying that off. Okay. And now we're going to go around the very edge with this pure graphite. Just give it a little bit more depth. Alright, that looks awesome. Just going to clean this up. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to run this through my die cut machine so that I can imprint the embossing onto this. I will do that and be right back. Okay, now we have that. I think that looks amazing. I am going to cut this down a little bit. I had it at 6 1/4 by 3 1/4, and I want it to be about 6 by 3 if possible. Just trying to line up with the chocolate bar. Alright, so it actually ends up being a little smidgy less. It is about, let me measure on this one. About 5 5/8 by 2 7/8. I'm just using the residual ink on here to go in a little further since we chopped off a little bit of it. And then also what I would like to do is use the rose gold ink on top of that. And just give it a little bit of a highlight. I'm going to put this scrap down just because this is a pigment ink and I don't want to get it all over the place. So this is the rose gold. I'm just going to drag it down very gently. Okay, so now we have a little bit of the rose gold on the raised edges there, just to add a little interest. Okay, so now we have to figure out the flowers. I am going to cut this out a couple of times from just a white piece of paper, and then we can ink blend on those to have extra blooms and things. Let me die cut that and I'll be right back. This is the die, and it's one whole big die, and it's called the Zero Waste, because you get to cut out all of these things from one piece of paper and you're good to go. So I love that. So you get a variety here of flowers and foliage and flower centers and leaves and all that good stuff. So I'm just going to go through and punch these out, and I'll speed it up a little bit so you don't have to watch me go through it all. Okay, I got all these cut out, and this is how it ends up looking after, which you could actually use this for a front of a card as well, if you had a, like a ink blended background, or even like patterned paper or something like that, and put it behind, and so you could definitely do that. Oop, it appears we have a couple of stragglers in here. Alright, I think we're good now. Okay, I have my Waffle Flower grip mat, so that'll help hold these down. Just trying to make some room here. Alright. And I picked out a bunch. I have Altenew, the 4 that go together for the foliage, and then I have the 6 that come together at SSS Stamp to do the flowers, because then it would match with the chocolate bar. So we'll give this a shot. I think I'm going to start with Punch. Let's rub that off. Actually, let me grab little brushes, so I'm trying to find my red one. And these are the Gina K brushes as well. These are just the detail ones. And I have a little piece of washi tape on the top here to tell me what color. Let's see. I think I'll do, because this one I went from the outside in, and then this one I think I'm going to go inside out. Okay, and then we will switch to, let's see, I think the Cabernet. so we can pull in some of the color from the chocolate bar. I think that will look awesome. Let those dry. This one I think I'm gonna pull in the Sangria. Trying to see if I want to do that or the Paprika. It's a very dark kind of brown red. Ooh, I think I'll go with the Sangria then. Okay. Well, that's gonna look really pretty with that. Very nice. And the red will stain the grip mat, but that's okay. It doesn't affect its function at all. Okay, let's see. Maybe we can pull in a little bit of the brown red. I'll try this nutmeg. We can do the opposite like we did on the other ones. Okay. I think I'll try the paprika on this set. I think that would look really cute too. These are kind of wonky. I'm going to add a little bit of the red to these, maybe even just what I have on my brush. I know what this allspice is. Ooh, that's fun. I think on this one I'm going to go with the punch. Let's see, we can do a few of these. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For this one, I'm going to use the Distress Ink Mustard Seed. Okay. Yeah, I think that's a nice complement to those. Alright, now the leaves. I'm going to start out with a little bit of the yellow. Kind of loose. I'll go with jade first. I think I'll need to go a little darker. We'll go with the eucalyptus. we'll go to the Fern Forest. Just get a little bit of additional shading. Okay, we can put some of these together and see what else we need. Let's see. I think our glue is sticky stuck. I'm gonna get my glue press. That will save us. Yeah, I don't think the opposites looked very good together. We'll go with the ones that were inked the same. All right. Alright, and I'm just gonna play a little bit and see the layout so then we know if we need any more pieces on here. Oh, that looks so good with that. I think we probably have enough pieces. think that would be good. Alright, let's see. So we need a card base for this. Trying to think what would look the best for that. I'm almost wondering if we should do gold. I decided to go with Nina Desert Storm cardstock. And this is 6 1/4 by 6 1/2, and I scored it at 3 1/4. And I used my Spellbinders trimmer and scorer to do that, because this can extend out and you can go past all the way up to 17 1/4 inches. So that's pretty awesome. I'm just gonna burnish this. Yeah, I thought this kind of tied this together well. I'm going to put this on first, because some of the flowers we can pop up. So as long as this is on here, we're good to go. Let's see. Just trying to think of the best way to adhere it, because it is a little bit of dimension. I think the tape runner should be alright. A little off. It's hard because it's not equal margins on it. There we go. And now the fun of getting to put this together. So I think that will be good for that. Get the glue. I need to find the stand for the glue. I do not know where it went off to. Anyway. Alright, I got out my foam squares. I think I'm going to use the black. just because this is such a dark color background and all that. Even though these are big flowers, these are still very small spots on the back for this. So I'm going to use the smaller foam square. My dog is snurfling in the background, so if you hear something that sounds like sneezing, that is him. It's so funny when they make that noise. I think I'm going to cut this one. My scissors are stuck together. Alright, let's see. Yeah, he's barking at the neighbors now. And because these are going to be popped higher than the other one, I'm actually going to double it up. Double the pop. I love to use my, it's like one of those vinyl weeding tool things. I love to use those to get the backs off. Actually, I'm going to see if I can take this one. I'm going to change it with the other one. Oh, okay. That looks so cute. I love it. And then we can put the greeting here. We could actually turn it this way and put it here. Alright, let me think about that and I will be back. Okay, I'm back with some ideas about our sentiment here. Here is our gorgeous card, which is looking awesome. And I was going to do a banner across originally, but because this is a mini slimline, there's not a lot of real estate for that to happen. So I found in Gina K, the Good Life kit, there's this little happy birthday here. So I was thinking we could do this right here, and I would heat emboss this with gold, and I think, actually, rewind, I was first going to try and do clear heat embossing with the rose gold ink, and we'll see how that goes and if it matches or not. And then if we don't like that, then we can do it with gold embossing powder. So let me just get this stamp out. Yeah, I think this will look cute like that. And then I had pulled out my gem tray, and we can find some confetti or embellishments that will look good on that. Alright, let me grab, I have my mini Misty today. I don't think I've used this stamp before, so I'm just rubbing my fingers on it to get off any factory residue. So when you want to do heat embossing, first you need anti-static powder. This one's from Salmon to Stamp, and I like it because it's in a little pot like that, and it's all contained. And you just put the powder on. Let's see, so we're going to try this rose gold. And this is a pigment ink, so it stays wet longer, so you can use the powder on it. I'm not sure how well it's going to show up because this is kind of a darker color on this, but we can powder it and heat it and see where we get. So then you get your powder ready. In this case I'm using Simon Stamp Clear, and you need a little paper to catch the paper. Paper to catch the paper. You need paper to catch the powder. Ugh. And then you just sprinkle it on. So then it looks a little cloudy. If you miss a spot, you can just pour a little bit more on, and then you check to make sure that there's no extra pieces not on where the sentiment is. And you funnel that back in. Definitely put the lid on before you start. And then I like to use a Swiffer cloth to clean up my surface because this embossing powder will get everywhere. Alright, so this is a heat tool, a heat embossing gun, and it has 2 levels. So I'm going to put it on the highest level, and I need to let it warm up for a sec, and then I will bring it to the paper. And you can look inside there and see that it's heating up. And you see the element. I'm going to grab some tweezers to hold the paper. And once you see it melt, you just move to the next spot. So then we have that. But I think, yeah, this is too dark for this. It will not pop. So basically, we will just repeat this process and use gold embossing powder. Let's see, I have the Simon Says Stamp Ultra Fine. Okay, so first we need to clean this off. And it's pigment and it's metallic, so you have to really make sure you get all of that off. Just gonna dry the stamp. Okay. Okay. Alright, same thing, put the powder on. And this prevents the powder from sticking to where you don't want it. Let's see, what do we need? So we need a clear sticky ink. This one's from Simon Says Stamp. Get my powder ready. Okay, so same thing again. We get our heat tool. You can see it change there. Okay, that looks great. Yeah, that will definitely be much better. Just want that to cool a little bit before we run it through the die cut machine. Alright, so what I will do is get this ready and cut this out, and I'm actually going to cut out the old one and a new space here, and I'm going to stack them so that we have a little bit of dimension. So I will be right back. Okay, so I cut out our sentiment, and I also cut out 2 extra layers for that. I am going to wipe gently on the top of this one to get off any of the excess powder, because that can kind of cloud a darker cardstock. You just take a microfiber cloth and wipe that up, no big deal. So here's our beautiful shiny sentiment we have, and I'm just going to layer these up. And you don't have to do this, it adds a lot of dimension to your sentiment, and it kind of makes it look like a chipboard piece, and it makes it stronger for going through the mail and all that. Alright, let's see. We also need to pick out some embellishments for that. And also the inside of the card we need to work on. Alright, so while that is gluing, I'm going to cut a piece for the inside. So I'm going to do a 3x6. I'm just trying to see what I have for a scrap. 1, 2, 3. So we can do this one. So let me get my trimmer. And when you cut with a guillotine trimmer, you want to try to cut at the very bottom. There is a ledge here, and if you cut at the top, a lot of times when you start putting the blade down, it'll turn, you can't see here, it'll turn the paper like this and you won't get a straight cut. So if you stay on the bottom, it'll prevent the paper from turning. Okay, so we have this. Yep. Can use the Mini Misty again. And this card's from my sister-in-law, and she is probably the nicest person I've ever met in my entire life. So I really loved this sentiment in here that is, love your kind heart. And I had wanted to use that on the front, but since it was a slim line, we ran out of real estate for that. So I will put it on the inside. Just trying to use the lines to see if that's straight. It's a little challenging with the, because it's a reverse sentiment, so it's kind of hard to see the letters in there, but I think I'm going to go, I'll tie over the front with the inside, and I'm going to go with the Cabernet. I'm going very lightly. I don't want to squish this, and I don't want the ink to go into the open letters there. And the best part about a Misty is that when it gets a little splotchy or didn't transfer well, you just do it again. There, that looks great. And red ink will stain your stamps, but that's okay. It does not affect the function of it at all. Just trying to think. Usually I like to put some kind of a stamp or stenciling or along the side of this. Let me see. Okay, so I found this new stencil that I just got, and it's called Boho Glam, and it's from A Colorful Life Design. And I thought I would just do a little bit of the on the edge right here. I'm gonna tape here so that we don't go over onto the rest. I just want a little bit of cool design on the edge there. Alright, and I'm gonna try and use, just have a scrap here, this punch, and I really do not want this to be, I want just like a light shading of it. So I topped off the ink, and I'm just going with a very, very, very light hand. Oh, that looks cute. Alright. Good deal. And you can always add more, but you can't really take it away, so. There. Alright, and when you need to clean a stencil, the easiest thing is to just use rubbing alcohol, and I have mine in a repurposed facial mist bottle. And you just wipe it off, and it comes off. I mean, that was red, and that's not stained at all, and it dries really quickly, so you're good to go. So that's the easiest thing. So awesome, now we have our inside. That looks cute. So now we have to finish up our outside. Oh, I think that's gonna look great. And I think I want to overlap the flowers right there, so I do need to grab a foam square. I might be able to use a bigger one on that. Let me see. Alright, some pieces I cut in half here earlier, so we can use those. Okay, I think that will be good. And we'll put glue on this side so that it'll stick to the flower petal there. I'll put a little glue on the foam here so I have some wiggle room in case I need it. Okay. Put that in there, and now we get to decide on what embellishments we want. So I keep mine in this Elizabeth Ward bead tray, and I love it because I can keep them all organized. We just need to figure out, let's see. Kind of like those. I like those. I like these. I'm not sure if they're too dark. Alright, we'll look at these and we'll see where that takes us. And my Trinity Stamps pickup stick. Yeah, I think these are too dark, but we can see. Yeah, they kind of just blend right in. This is this cute little pink fresh tray to put your embellishments in. I really like that. Ooh, this is a tough call. I think I do like these. Let me just check. It's always so hard to decide, I think. These have a lot of the same colors as the I think we have to give them a try. At least see. And then I also just found the gold dust ones. So we can try these too. It might bring out some of the gold. These look kind of muted on here though. Alright, this can be our fallback plan because I do like the way these look. Alright, and then we gotta look at the other ones. And they go everywhere, of course. Let's see. This one's too big. I think these will do the trick. Let me just play with the layout for a sec and then I will glue these down. Alright, I think I found the way I like it. So now it is just trying to get them glued down without messing up the way that you like it. This is always hard for me. My left hand shakes sometimes, so and then it's like, you want me to glue this too? Like, what? No. We just do the best we can. All right, I think we are good. This is kind of a long card with all of the ink blending and all that stuff, but I do think that it really adds so much depth to the card when you can take the time to ink blend, you know, exactly how you want to. And another thing you can do is you can actually cut out, you know, the die cuts in colored cardstock and then just go over them a little bit with some ink blending on the edges to give it a little bit of depth. So that's always another good easy idea. So I'll show you. Here's our beautiful happy birthday card. And I really love the way that that turned out. And then here is our inside of the card. And so I will write out my message and then put it in there and glue it in there. And we'll be good to go. So thanks very much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed, learned a couple of things on maybe some new techniques or style or that sort of a thing. I will link everything that I used in the description box, and they are affiliate links, which means if you click on them and end up making a purchase, I might make a small commission on that, and that really helps out my channel, and I do appreciate you shopping through my links. I will put a link to how to make a slimline envelope so you can see how we would end up finishing this and sending that out. So like, subscribe, and all that jazz. And until next time, take care.